Alright, here we are with Doki Doki Literature Club episode 2. So far we've joined the club, this literature club at school. We've kind of pressured and bullied into it, if you will, you might say, by 4 young women. And I'm the only guy in there. I'm assuming I'm a guy. It didn't let me, pick at the beginning. So I guess it's kind of open, but I'm a guy, and I'm going to assume that I'm a guy. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this goes. 4 girls, 1 guy, and poems. Maybe that's how this is going to go. So, if you remember, at the end of episode 1, we had our meeting. We're all supposed to write poems, and now we're walking home with Sayori, who is definitely in love with me, and I really don't care, or I just am stupid and don't notice it. With that, the 2 of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, it's a good reminder, Yuri, and of course Monica. He's really into Monica for some reason. More than it's a little off-putting. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh boy, I have to write a poem? It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member would like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna try... I like Yuri. So we're gonna try with Yuri. She was into, fantasy books, I think. She's definitely smart. So a little intellectual. She's not really jumpy. I don't know. Portrait? I don't know what is portrait. I want to say either hope or portrait. Oh, portrait. She's hopping. I hope that means it's her. It's hers. She's not clumsy. She doesn't sing. Anime? Yes. I don't care. I don't care that it's the tsundere chick. I had to say anime. Blanket shape, vibrant, pink. Imagination, parfait, silly cheeks, and massacre. I'm gonna say either vibrant or imagination. Let's say imagination. Alright. Melody, precious, vertigo, entropy, heartbeat, headphones, peace, clouds, promise, poof. Promise is definitely Sayori. She makes me promise everything. We'll say peace. That's not good. Pain, vacation, hurt, fun, incapable, alone, swimsuit, inferno, family, variance. I'm gonna say variance just because it's the most intelligent sounding word here. Yeah. It's kind of her MO. Defeat, vivacious, fantasy. What? This girl said she liked fantasy books! Rose, nightgown, embrace, agonizing, romance, chocolate, atone, happiness, skipping, rainbow. Chocolate's definitely the girl that made the cupcakes. Man. Say rainbow. Alright, sure, whatever. You get one, I guess. Wonderful, dazzle, tragedy. Why isn't... By the way, I didn't notice till just now, but the girl that he's trying to get with, Monica, isn't, an answer here, I guess. I didn't notice that. I should start really going through these. Wonderful, dazzle, tragedy, disoriented. Hopeless bubbles. Oh, eternity. Like that. Daydream, broken, aura, covet, flying, jump, sadness, kiss, music, peaceful. Oh, aura. Right. Graveyard, kitty, sugar, climax, destiny, explode, ambient. Color, shiny, secret. Oh, ambient. Man. adventure together, suicide. Friends, puppies, sensation, strawberry, amazing, lollipop, excitement. Sensation. Yes. It's just all like the longer words are heard. Childhood, fireflies. Heart, unrequited. Oh, that's, I know who that is. Rain cloud, uncontrollable, flee, universe, disaster, and cheer. Interesting. Universe. Yep. Uncanny, love, smile, question, passion. Boop? What is this? Sombra from Overwatch? Whisper, insight, charm, infinite, definitely. Nibble. Everything I'm saying is just like the name of like a gent song. Nibble, meager, journey, email, brief, twirl, fluffy, cute, dark, horror. Who was into horror? Somebody was into horror. Was it Yuri? Natsuki doesn't like it. There's nothing. Yes. Prayer, comfort, extraordinary, philosophy. I don't know. It's probably a bad idea to do everything for like one girl. That might be a bad idea, but we'll see. Prayer, comfort, extraordinary, philosophy, bliss, forgive, Papa, lipstick, treasure. We'll go philosophy. Yes. Look at that. The intellectual. Games, analysis, play, disarray, extreme, joy, wrath, judgment, bouncy, unrestrained. Go extreme! Yes. Ocean, warm, existence, party, special, vitality, incongruent, sunny, beauty, depression, existence. How about that? There we go. Skirt, awesome, fear, kawaii. I want to say that just because it's here. I already know who that's going to be. Doki Doki, raindrops, lazy, shopping, ribbon, hair, captive, vanilla, desire, scars. Captive. Yep. This is going to be a terrible poem. Hi again, my asthma. What's up, Monica? You apparently... I couldn't say anything that would impress you. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. I was busy writing a poem. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Let's see. Going back to the literature club. I don't know why they hit the shit at the start. I was the last one to come in, so everybody else is hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, my asthma. You bet. I wrote that poem for you. You better enjoy it. I hope this isn't too overwhelming commitment for you. It's not. Making you dive headfirst in literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join the new club this year. Sayori also should tell you that I didn't acknowledge her in, like, I think maybe one line of my poem. And that last year, too. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. I'll agree with you there. Swiftly defeated Natsuki flops back to her seat. Don't worry, guys. My asthma always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. I don't know why I couldn't read it. Like cooking, cleaning my room. Why do I help her clean her room? I don't think that's like something I do. How dependent. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. Distracting from what? Why? I don't know why that bothers me so much. Is why would I end up cleaning this other... Like, how many of you out there really clean your friend's room? Let alone somebody who, like, you find kind of annoying. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Yeah, that's it. I might be a little jealous. You should be. This chick really likes me, and you guys are probably gonna dig it out over me, I hope. How come? You and my asthma can become really good friends, too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she was put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Yeah, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. It's alright, Yuri. What do you got? Never mind. Sayori's made it sound like a big deal, and it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. I'm handling this like a boss. Look at this. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. He's gonna give me something like insane. Oh, here's a clump of my hair. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. They should have done like a pulls out ... I don't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. Is it like The Little Engine That Could? Like, do you think I'm really stupid, Yuri? Is that how this is gonna go? You're just so much smarter than me? That's fine, though. That's alright. You're the smart one in the relationship. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, Whoa! Discussing? Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Oh, man. Discussing literature. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around the closet, probably looking for Monica. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. Smooth. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes me for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her feel uncomfortable. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this. So, that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread something. Not for any particular reason, just curious. How come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore this morning, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something, I think I've read something wrong. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? Is it Sword Art Online? I don't think we didn't say what it was, right? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. She has no idea. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Okay. I wonder if that's like a real thing. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol in the front cover. Oh, it's an Illuminati book. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. Kind of like in this game, I guess. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it seem like she was going to be a nice story, but a dark turn came from nowhere. See, she's got a twisted side here. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Miasma? Oh, I am, Yuri. Come on. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories. Don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She only just said it yesterday. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, their own philosophy that they believe in. This girl must have watched my top 10 favorite male anime characters video as to kind of why I like Naraku and villains most of the time. Yuri, I'm a little worried at this point now that like Yuri is probably not like the correct girl to choose, because I feel like they're probably making it obvious that you might want to pick her. But I'm falling for it. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they really made out to be naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? A little bit. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. I really did. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things I like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I was talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book and I put it in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I stay here, right? I sat in the seat next to Yuri. Yeah, are you sure? You seem a bit apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. You're in a literature club. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understood what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particular bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... I wish there were people like this in real life, but there's not. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean into it, our shoulders are almost touching. I feel like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm to the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer to each other than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? No. To turn the page. Sorry. I think I've got a bit distracted for a second. Oh, man. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. She knows I'm dumb. It's probably the least I can do, you dumb piece of shit. Since you plebe, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue to the last chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it from under her own thumb. I'm gonna get tired if I read it like this. Hey Yuri! This might be a silly thought, but wanna go on a date? No. The main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. I'm kind of like that in real life sometimes. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But my asthma, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Well, wait, I didn't mean it to be a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know that you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying? What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone, here comes Monica to blow up my spot. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. Why? That was like the focal point yesterday. Why was not like that at like the beginning of the meeting? We might not have enough time if we wait too long. How about you leave us alone? Ah. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? No, it's not. You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Oh, it's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish these first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright, I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori's here now. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. They're all into it. Sayori's poem is on a wrinkled sheet on loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I can sit. I'm assuming that these are like details that are gonna come in like later. Like I need to like remember that like Monica is like kind of like neat and orderly. She uses like the composition notebook, and then Sayori's is like rips out from like the notebook with like the perforated edges. And I bet she shouldn't even rip off that side that no one likes. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, we're really going the Yuri route. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exception. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth and then ends up covering her whole face. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Do you use your imagery metaphors in a case you've written a lot of poetry before? Really? Nope. Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. That's actually my first time. I actually just clicked words in a book, and they didn't even really go together. It was weird. Yuri stares at me blankly, and then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. I made mine pretty deliberate. Almost all the words are about you. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and it sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking to you about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing herself to me or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process with you. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Yes! Yeah, that's weird. These guys apparently never do this. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickens. I flicken back. I like it. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? It's not bad handwriting. I wasn't thinking about that at all, but if you took a long time to read. I'm just stupid. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually don't think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really just descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Are you into ghosts? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost after all. Really. I totally missed the point. Yeah, I'm really dumb. Well, I suppose you did glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, experiences in their own work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. Interesting, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so, nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, my asthma. Me too. Alright, I'm going to cut this here. In the next episode, we're going to share our poem with another girl. I'm not quite sure who I'm going to pick yet, but yeah, I'm still liking it so far. I don't know if I'm making a mistake by going around just the Yuri route here. Maybe I should have divvied up the answers a little bit because I kind of want to see how it goes. But I'd imagine that this game probably has a couple endings or a couple non-linear elements. But my first visual novel, I'm liking it so far. I'm definitely a Yuri fanboy, and see if she ends up cutting my head off or something. That's probably going to be the case. But yeah, guys, stay tuned for more episodes of this. And this is my asthma signing out.